Let's go over Wednesday, November 13th. So this is a little bit of a warm-up question. I'm sorry for the background noise. Okay, I'll try to enunciate and talk as best I can. So find a solution for the red function. So a solution for the red function is anywhere in this red area. Okay, and so I can choose something like this y-intercept of 0, 6. Find a solution for the blue function. So the blue function is going to be in this area. I can choose something like the origin, 0, 0. And then it asks find a solution for both functions. So we want the common overlap. If I were to erase everything to avoid any overwhelming information, this would be the solution. So I can choose this point, let's say right here. That's -3, +2. Moving on to another question. This is a Wednesday warm-up. Okay, which of these graphs justify each of your choices by talking about the line slope? Okay, I just have some nosy students right now. Hopefully they're apologetic. Okay, I'm just going to skip this and talk about, I guess, what's on tap days. Again, we're on substitution today and tomorrow. Next test next Tuesday. Otherwise, if I look at this system here, y equals 5x, notice that the point 0, 0 works for y equals 5x. That's fine, but it does not work for y equals 2x. Then what does this mean? It means that 0, 0 is not a point on this line of 2x minus 11. In other words, these two lines do not intersect at 0, 0 because only one of the lines goes 0, 0, and that's the first one. Okay, talking about substitution, let's look at really quickly. So I don't think you can hear sound in this video, but what happens with substitution, let's say in a sports game, notice one player is going in for another because this guy's getting out, somebody else is going to come in his place. Walking, walking. And you'll see that this soccer player is being substituted out for, I believe, a little who is waiting. Okay, but forgive me for a while have 15 minutes for these videos. Okay, so what does substitution mean to you? Again, substituting players out one in for the other. Anytime your teacher, there's a substitute teacher in place. Okay, so real world examples again, soccer and basketball. And so if you're watching this, make sure that you write this down on your paper. Everybody else in class, you're writing this on your desk with a dry erase marker. Okay, so if you are given a paper, which you should know who you are, go ahead and write down star equals 2, heart equals 4. And so if I substitute stars out, if I take the stars out, so write down star plus star, something. I know if I take the star out, I know that the star is equivalent to 3. And so 3 plus 3. Go ahead and write down 3 times heart plus heart minus heart equals something. So again, you're writing this on your notebook paper if you're watching this outside of class. And so you're going to write down 3 times, well, the heart is equal to 4, so that's 3 times 4 plus 4 subtracted by 4. Well, 4 minus 4 makes 0. 3 times 4 is 12, so 12 is for alpha. Okay, so make sure again, if you are not in the class, that you are writing this in the supplied paper I give you. So I can 2 questions. Okay, next one, go ahead and write down triangle equals -5, square equals 2. In the next line, write down 4 triangle minus 7 square equals what? Well, if triangle is equivalent to -5, there's nothing going on between the 4 and the triangle, you have to assume multiplication. So that's 4 times -5 minus 7 times, in for the square is the number 2. So let's do that math. This is a -20. This is -14. So we get a combined number of -4. Moving on to the example here, 2 square plus 6, 2 triangle plus 6 square, that's 2 times -5 plus 6 times 2 is equal to -10 plus 12, and this gets us a sum 2. Again, make sure, again, note paper, you're writing that down. Please turn in at the end of the day. Okay, next one, write down circle equals 2x and circle plus 5x equals, this should be 20. And so in for the circle is the expression 2x plus 5x is equal to 28. Well, combine these x terms. 2 plus 5 is 7 with an x next to it. Undo multiplication by 7 with division by 7, in which 28 divided by 7. Next one, okay, we have circle plus x equals 9. Replace the circle, substitute the circle out, and for 2x plus x is equal to 9. Add 2x and x to get 3x. Set equal to 9. Solve for x by dividing by 3, which 9 divided by 3. Moving on to the next question. Okay, notice in this next one that star is equal to 2x minus 9. Notice that the questions are getting a little bit more difficult. So I'm going to write down 3 star, and in place of the star is the expression of 2x minus 3. Close the parentheses and write down whatever's outside the minus 4x equals to 11. So now these questions look like questions that we've done in class before. So 3 times 2x, 6x, 3 times negative 3 is negative 9, minus 4x is equal to 11. Combine these two terms, 6x minus 4x is 2x, minus 9 is equal to 11. Undo the minus 9 with addition by 9, and then 2x is equal to 20. So let's go ahead and undo the 2 by division, in which x is 10. Okay. Now for this next one here, go and take a second to copy that down. Negative 2 times star minus x plus 7. So after you write that down in the next line, I'm going to write it over here because it's a little bit of a long problem. Negative 2 times 2x plus 3 minus 6x plus 7 equals p. Distribute that negative 2. And so we have negative 4x plus 6. I have a minus 6x and a plus 7. And we know all of this is equal to 17. So combine these two together because they both contain an x. That's negative 10x. Combine these together. That's going to get us 13. Set equal to 17. Let's solve for x by subtracting 13 from both sides. And so I have negative 10x is equal to 4. Let's solve for x by dividing by negative 10. So 4 divided by negative 10, math enter, is going to get us. So again, pause this video, if you will, to write down all of this. Yeah, again, I'm going at a moderate pace so we can cover everything else. Okay, so in the next slide, there are 2 equations that are slowly coming here. And so we're not solving here. All we need to identify which equation to solve for, which is in standard form. So you're not writing this down, you're just watching. So when we see the word solve, we want to see a variable that is by itself. In other words, this is a solved equation. Therefore, this first equation is in standard form. In the next slide, again, you're just watching. In number 1, the equation that we see as solved variable is going to be this second here. And the equation in standard form is this first one. In the second question, this y equals negative 4x plus 5 is solved for. And this first equation is in standard form. Moving on to the next 2 questions. Again, this is solved for because x is by itself. And this is in standard form. Again, you're just watching. Number 4, this is standard form. And this whole equation is solved for x. So let's go ahead and look at the foldable in front of us. Okay, not really a foldable. The sheet in front of you. Okay, so I'm going to zoom in a second so you can write down some steps. Ooh, that's way too big. All right, so here in number 1, the first step in substitution, to realize that some teachers have different interpretations, different opinions of what would be your first step. So my answers might be different from others, which is fine, but we all have So identify, step 1, the solve equation. Step 1, identify the solve equation. Okay. Step 2, we want to circle the expression. Circle the expression. Step 3 is going to be substitute, which is why we call this substitution, the circled expression in for the other equation. That's step 3, substitute the circle equation expression in for the other equation. Step 4, solve the new equation. That's step 4. Step 5, appreciate your patience. Use your answer from number 4 to solve for the other variable. Number 6, check your solution. And then finally, step 7. A lot of people forget. Think about what we did Monday and Tuesday. Write solution as an ordered pair. So remember, ordered pair is x, comma y with parentheses above that. Okay, so that kind of reiterates this example that's down here. A solution is always a point, right? And a point consists of an x value and a y value. So let's go and look at these steps. So step 1, identify the solved equation. This is a solved equation, right? Yes. The expression that we need to circle is not y, it's going to be x plus 6. Okay? Step 3, substitute the circled expression in for the other equation. So in other words, in the first equation, x plus y equals 12. Y is being substituted out. They're the bench warmer now. And we're going to substitute x plus 6 in for y. In other words, this first equation is written as x plus, if I change colors to help you see the substitution might help. So I'm going to replace y with x plus 6. I'm going to change back to a gray pen and write down equals 12. Now the new stuff is over with, you should know how to solve this at this point. So in step 4, we're solving. So x plus x is 2x plus 6 equals 12. Undo the 6 by subtraction. And so I have 2x equals 6. Undo the 2 by division. I hope you hear nothing that's in this background here. And so I have x equals 3. So I'm not boxing in x equals 3 because we now need to, 5, use your solution to solve for the other variable. In other words, these two lines intersect at an x value of 3, but we don't know what y is. What's nice about this this 5th step is that this second equation has y by itself. In other words, take y equals x plus 6, take the x out, substitute 3 in, and just do that math in which 3 plus 6 is 9. So when x is 3, y is 9. Okay, so when it says check your solution, I can take 3 and 9 and go back to my original question. This says x plus y equals 12. Well, x is 3, y is 9, 3 plus 9 is 12. Checks out. Okay, for here, x plus 6, well, x is 3, 3 plus 6 is the y value. Okay, so for the remaining other problems, I have about 45 seconds left. Okay, try to do these on your own. If not, okay, come prepared on Thursday to work on more substitution problems. Otherwise, thank you for watching this video.